Good afternoon, Libras, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I'd like to do for you, Libras, is just to go on and give you your romantic specific reading. And Libra, I will be posting more additional readings for you guys. This reading is basically is going to be focusing on how your ex truly feels about you, and it's valid until the end of this month. I've decided to go on and use my Zombie Tarot deck for you guys to illustrate this reading as shuffled and displayed as we see here. In addition to a few additional oracle cards that I've decided to go on and use to give you a bit more parting advice. And Libra, if this reading resonates, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, Libras, please take a few moments to do so now. Okay, let's go on and get started. I just want to go on and just start off with just examining or just making a few observations prior to getting into your reading here. I'm seeing here, just looking at your layout here, you have a predominance of major arcana cards, and basically major arcana cards to cups. So it seems that in this reading, destiny seems to be at play, in your situation, and you really can't control the outcome. It seems that your situation is really kind of appearing very major to you, which makes you kind of very emotional, when you're kind of being, having the cups cards kind of being the next suit that predominate your reading, okay? However, I'm feeling too that the absence, of what I'm seeing here, you have an absence of Pentacles cards in your reading. And, this kind of suggests that, ladies and gentlemen, there is no stability in the relationship, and your situation appears, um, unable to kind of it seems that either you or your ex is kind of either poverty stricken or unemployed, or money is kind of required to kind of improve, what's kind of been happening in this union. Okay. I'm also noticing here that you do have a quintessence of 12 here in terms of your numeric theme here. So your connection with your ex it looks like it's going to remain in limbo. And I feel that you're going to kind of feel that you're very vulnerable if you don't kind of change your approach, because it looks like your present disposition hasn't been working for you, okay? But you're going to be very careful and try to kind of, I'm feeling, bring something new into the relationship. And one thing also that's very interesting here to note is that, you have a predominance of high numbers here. So it shows that a lot of radical changes are about to happen for you. And it shows that you're going to be reaching the concluding, or you're about to reach the concluding stage of this situation that you're kind of finding yourself in. I notice here that you have 2 10s there, so that represents, modifications, or modifications will need to be made. It might also represent a change of career for some of you, or just general improvement really in your circumstances. Okay, you have also 2 queens appearing there, so that shows that you're going to be meeting with either female friends or either male, and it shows a lot of idle gossip. Okay, I'm also feeling that it seems that light will be shed on something that may have been hidden to you guys. I'm kind of feeling as well. And I'm kind of looking at some of your various combinations here. It looks like that someone is very quick tempered, or, impatient. Could it be you, or could it be your ex? I'm kind of feeling. I'm kind of seeing some balance, and I'm kind of seeing that, despite the balance, the relationship seems to have some potential, because you feel it's a soulmate and your ex does too. I'm seeing someone that perhaps is very physically disciplined, or maybe, perhaps, doing something regarding like bodybuilding, or even, doing something in the martial arts. I'm kind of getting here too with this reading. Okay. So let's go on and get started here. I'm going to start off here by looking at your bottom cards here. We have that Queen of Swords there. So this card refers to an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or it could potentially represent a water sign, since queens represents the element of water. So Cancer, Pisces, and or Scorpio as well. Okay? So with that said, this queen is all about, ladies and gentlemen, autonomy, perception, precision, and kind of straightforwardness. So the X kind of sees you, I'm feeling, ladies and gentlemen, as, you know, as very a strong will type person, as a person that's very independent, even sly and very intelligent. The X kind of sees you as an individual who has, perhaps experienced sorrow, as, and perhaps you might even be a bit distant, even cold, yet he or she sees you very progressive. I'm kind of getting, and of course, with the Queen of Swords connects again with, it connects, here with, when I'm seeing here that with air signs as well. So of course, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and also, as I indicated, the water type signs. So let's move right along to your next card. Here we have that Queen of Cups there. And this card denotes a water sign. So you have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And this card is all about generosity, empathy and compassion. So the X kind of sees you as very compassionate, ladies and gentlemen, intuitive, nurturing and very perceptive. The X sees you as, perhaps a bit parental and, an individual who is really, very, understanding, that I'm getting, this is what I'm getting here from that. Okay? We also have that Hangman card there. So, Neptune rules this card, and it rules Pisces, or it could also represent a Cancer or a Scorpio. But this card is associated with our emotions and intuition, and it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, kind of being a bit in limbo or sacrificing something or transition and even circumspection. So the X kind of sees you as readjusting or suffering, as contemplating a new way of relating, even as spiritual, even a committed type person. Yet, he or she feels that you're going through a crisis and kind of feeling a bit powerless because of the crisis that you might be feeling that you're going through. Okay, your next card here we have, ladies and gentlemen, is we have uh, basically the Wheel of Fortune here that's appearing there. I'm sorry, we have, let's go on and just examine the Eight of Cups there first before moving along. Okay? And with this Eight of Cups, ladies and gentlemen, Saturn is in fact in Pisces, and it might also represent, even another water sign, a Cancer or Scorpio. So this card, ladies and gentlemen, is really all about, abandonment, rejection and disappointment and really despondency. So the X is a bit hurt and feels like you gave up on the relationship and walked away. The X kind of feels that you are distancing yourself from him or her. Perhaps you are indecisive, you know. Alternatively, for some of you, your ex might even feel that you are caught up in an entanglement and might be trying to kind of break free before you make a determination as to, what path or which way you like to go. Okay? Let's look at your next card here. We have that Wheel of Fortune card there, ladies and gentlemen. And Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So this card is all about, ladies and gentlemen, second chances, destiny, progress, and even movement. So the ex definitely feels like, you'll give him or her, or they're going to give you a second chance. And the ex kind of feels that you feel that perhaps sustaining a relationship with him or her perhaps might be a bit arduous. Okay? And your ex sees you as contemplating a decision, perhaps to reconnect or to end the chapter once and for all with him or her. You know, I'm kind of feeling that the ex either sees you as dependent upon him or her or sees future challenges with you, And the ex feels that you are, in fact, despite whatever challenges that you two may have experienced, a potential soulmate or feel you as a soulmate. And kind of sees you, ladies and gentlemen, as a prize in some sense, okay? The next card here we'll examine is that Ten of Cups there. And Mars rules this card, and it kind of refers to, a Pisces, a water sign, Scorpio, or Cancer. So this card is all about joy, bliss, satiety, and contentment. So the X kind of sees you as good natured, as family oriented, as an individual who always kind of try to be there for him or her, and one with whom he or she would relish the moment to establish a solid type commitment with you. The X kind of also sees you as a bit burdened, perhaps overworked, yet very ambitious, when it comes to your plans, okay? The next card here is at Nine of Cups there. And Jupiter rules this card, and this card is connected with water signs once again, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So this is the wishful fulfillment type card. So the feelings appear to be mutual. You are wishing things go the way that you desire, and your wish just might come true with this card, and perhaps not in a way that you might think it will, however. So the X kind of sees you as a bit complacent, ladies and gentlemen, loyal, stable, you know, as someone going through somewhat of a waiting period, perhaps looking forward to maybe having fun, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of feeling um, only time is going to tell regarding your situation, okay? And I'm feeling that, the X, in terms of looking at what's kind of coming up or what's challenging you here, we have that strength card. And, this card kind of represents a Leo, and then it's all about, fortitude, confidence, assertiveness, and faith. Therefore, it might be a challenge for you to kind of rely on the divine and have the necessary energy and patience in your attempt to kind of resolve past difficulties. You know, perhaps you might even need to take a stand on matters, particularly if your ex has treated you badly. You know, I'm kind of, that's what I'm kind of getting from that card, ladies and gentlemen. Um, and, I'm just feeling, a sense that you're just going to be constantly confronted with, really challenges, of that nature. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on to try to examine here now, what certainly is not important in the situation that you have here. Okay, we have the Five of Wands. Okay, so Saturn rules this card, and this card refers to a fire sign, as you would assume. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, and it's all about competitiveness, courage, struggle, opulence, and quarreling. So now it's certainly not the time, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of compete or feel you have to kind of compete or to argue with your ex, although you might want to. However, instead, what you might need to do is looking at the next card here with that Empress there, because Venus rules this card and it's connected with both Taurus and Leo. This card is all about healing, compassion, action, and nurturing. So this card says that now it's more important for you guys to kind of nurture your union, to kind of bring new life and possibilities to the surface and kind of open up to one another and share your creativity, if you will. Okay? Your next card here examines what's hidden in your relationship that you may not be aware of. Okay? And then next card here we have this Knight of Swords there. So this card denotes an air sign, Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius. And just to add another layer, ladies and gentlemen, since Knights also represent fire, this card could also denote an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So this card is all about, enmity, antagonism or impetuousness, even impatience. So it appears that, if you reconnect, the union still will be riddled with both conflict and excitement. This will certainly result in a roller coaster type connection that I feel that you would have with ups and downs, ladies and gentlemen. And one of you will have a hard time kind of showing affection, and it might be a bit of a player that I'm kind of seeing here with regards to that card there, okay? However, I kind of feel that this relationship will continue, despite your distrustful feelings and difficulties ultimately will in fact resolve, but I still feel that there's going to be still conflict within this union. So let's look at what your likely outcome is. We have the World. So Saturn rules this card, and this card is connected with Capricorn. So this card is all about reward, completion, arrival, and or unity. So you're still gonna question the quality of your relationship, and you're gonna feel that you're never attained that which you are seeking. But since this card represents completions, ladies and gentlemen, the end of this fool's journey, or even the end of the fool's journey, you're going to definitely are feeling surmount all obstacles, and you're going to feel much better about yourself, your position, you know, if you will, in this cosmos. So what you might want to do is to try to kind of spice up the relationship a bit. And you're going to feel whole and complete. But since this card is in fact linked with Saturn, ladies and gentlemen, which, is all about, again, restrictions, having protected sex might in fact be indeed necessary, okay? As cautions might be urged. So some of you might even move to a foreign country or have an affair with someone foreign. And traveling also might be highlighted. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have for you concerning your tarot reading here. So I just wanted to just move right along to just give you a bit more parting advice in your situation. I decided to go on and use my Archangel Oracle deck to give you some advice. And the card or the cards that I pulled was creative writing. So maybe this card is kind of suggesting to you that try to make time to kind of write down your thoughts, in a journal, because by doing so, they can kind of help you heal, and it can help you honor yourself a bit more, because as you work with your written words, ladies and gentlemen, you might in fact receive a glimmer of divine guidance, okay? And the next card here, we have peace there. And, this card is connected to Archangel Shermuel. So this is certainly all about, about peace. And peace comes, ladies and gentlemen, from, remembering that only love in fact, is real. And this card is kind of urging you to really look past circumstances and see the underlying, facts in the matter, and kind of, based on, kind of, analyzing, the facts of the matter, it will make you a much better person that I'm getting here. And this card is suggesting to you that, or this angel will in fact help you feel a bit more centered, because I know you've been feeling a bit scattered with this card, okay? And last but not least, I decided to go on and select two more additional cards from the Psychic Tarot deck. And what we have here is that healing, in fact, begins. And this card is certainly all about releasing and healing, and all about hope. So the energies, ladies and gentlemen, around you right now is kind of guiding you towards, a better place, and it's kind of bringing you new information and new ideas, and even perhaps even new people. So this card is kind of telling you that it's time to really heal from past wounds. And it's time to let go things that no longer serve your existence, okay? And last but not least, you have this sacral chakra there. So this card certainly is all about, really things that you kind of really want to kind of manifest in your life. And it's really the second chakra. It's kind of located 2 fingers below your navel, and it kind of relates, ladies and gentlemen, to our desires as well as our emotions. So to call upon, this chakra, this card is asking you to try to visualize an orange ball of energy, near your belly area, and see it spinning and sparkling, and feel the joy that comes from it. And it certainly will attract the passion and love that you so need, okay? So Libra, this is what I have for you. I certainly hope that this reading has offered food for thought for you. Once again, if you've yet to subscribe, please take a few moments to do so now. If you'd like a more personalized reading, please take a few moments to send me over an email at wat61073@gmail.com, and I would be very happy to help you. And once again, thanks for viewing, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Enjoy your day.